where the V4's like, whop.
And this, believe it or not, is not an oil tank. This is to, the super fast bikes always have that little
Well, they're
rest
designed
there.
to kind of keep you
Accelerate,
parallel
yeah.
and
Exactly.
Chuff, 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 chuff.
I knew you'd get excited about this bit.
Blah, 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 blah.
On and it's loading. So that should be fun to ride. Today I'm here with LaraMoto at Judd Racing. What are we doing today, Lara?
We're going to ride some Nortons, Bosch. So Judd Racing do like KTM, Gas, Husqvarnas, but they also are a Norton dealer. So we're going to take out some very exclusive Norton bikes, more specifically the Norton V4 SV, and then we're going to take out the Norton Commando 961 SP, so a wonderful thundery twin.
I've always wanted to ride a Norton. I find them super exclusive, British engineering and made in the UK. I just think they're special. Last time I saw the V4 SV, it was called the V4RR at the time, was at the motorcycle show years ago, and I was just obsessed with all the carbon and the billet aluminium.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful designs and aesthetics. I can't wait to get on both bikes. Which one are you more excited to ride, Lara?
I'm obviously going to be ridiculously excited about the V4 because I'm a racer and I want speed. But there's a time and a place for what that bike I think is going to feel like.
Yes,
and
for
so
sure.
I think the Commando is going to be a really pleasant, beautiful, kind of really pleasant ride to enjoy in gorgeous weather where you want to get your Commando out rather than the inevitable chaos of what it's going to be like on a very kind of arguably track engineered.
Yeah, I think because I've obviously got the Aprilia V4, the RSV4, and I've ridden some Ducati V4, so it'll be interesting to experience a V4 of a Norton, because it used to be the RSV, the Aprilia's RSV engine, but it's not anymore, so I'm super excited to be riding the V4 SV. The Commando as well seems quite fun and retro and different.
It's glorious. It's got loads of beautiful little carbon fibre bits, loads of gold anodising, and it's still a head turner because it's a Norton Commando.
It's just the attention to detail that Nortons have. I think every section of them is just so unique and handcrafted. Let's go in, Lara, and let's check out some bikes.
Shiny. So Judd Racing had a heritage in racing, like off-road racing, but they diversified hugely. So as we walk through now, we've got a sea of orange. It's a massive KTM go-to destination, but they also have gas bikes and Husqvarnas, and of course Nortons, which we're going to ride today. Yeah. But I guess, Ruby, you knew this when you walked in here. It was like, oh my God, this is a huge showroom, as in the impact bikes galore. So what you can't see from the outside, when you go inside, it's just bikes and bikes and bikes and accessories and kit everywhere. They also have a workshop, so if you want your bike serviced, you can also bring it here as well.
As you said, bike haven. We've got a bit of everything: Huskies, Nortons, KTMs,
and gas.
And gas, of course.
We love a gas.
We love a gas. First up is the V4 SV. It's got Norton's own V4 engine, and honestly, the unique thing about this bike is, from front to tail, it is covered in carbon. It's made of carbon and billet aluminium. It's got riding modes. It's got obviously Öhlins suspension, Brembo. Come closer, Lara. Aesthetics of the bike.
It's just stunning, isn't it?
Look at the quilted seats, for example. And this, believe it or not, is not an oil tank. This is to remove your seat.
Yeah, just take it apart, look at stuff.
Yeah. I'm not going to take it off, but this is what this is. And you can see every inch of this bike is carbon. You have gorgeous detail like the Union Jack, and you've got that nice backrest. There's no option for a pillion. When I see bikes with this, I know that it's a mean fast bike, because the H2 has it. You know, the super fast bikes always have that little
they're
rest
designed
there.
to kind of keep you
Accelerate,
parallel and
exactly.
Carbon fibre, I think, is just its main look. So it's got that traditional Norton front end to it.
Yes.
So just that nose,
gorgeous
that
lights
TT-esque.
Yes.
Race fairing.
Another thing worth showing, Lara, is all this gorgeous aluminium. You've got carbon wheels, and that kind of contributes to it being 193 dry weight. So that's relatively light. The swing arms billet, they have really reduced the weight. So it's a relatively light litre. It's 1200, but litre super sport. So that should be fun to ride. Let's check out the dash, keyless, on, and it's loading. Look at that, guys. Beautiful, gorgeous attention to detail. Ah, look at that.
The road mode's like that, so it'll give you like a rain.
Yeah, put it in rain for hush, can't handle more than that.
You can go across and you get like a check flag set. And it should bring up a load of gubbins, so you've got a rear view camera.
Let's check that one out.
Press that again. There you go, you don't see much there, but when you're out on the road you'll see everything behind you.
Oh, hi! Where is it?
Yeah, I can see you! I knew you'd get excited about this bit.
Welcome to the Norton Commando 961 SP. So this is the SP version. So compared to the Cafe Racer, it has slightly higher and proud handlebars as opposed to the clip-ons which you can get. And in its truest sense, it is a modern classic.
Yeah.
So you've got that classic traditional machine polish kind of engine casing on both sides, and then the beautiful header pipes and downpipes to a big thumpy resonating exhaust around the back. But it's full of modern drippings.
Yeah,
So we've got fully adjustable Öhlins suspension. Clocks they've kept quite retro. There's a lot of retro feel to it. Again, just the quilted kind of cushion effect here. And then in particular, I can't remember the name of this, the way you detail the tank, so pinstripe tanking. It's pinstripe colours on the tank, which is again fantastic. So this is 79 brake horsepower with about 81 newton meters of torque.
Yeah.
And I have ridden this one before, and you do feel the absolute chug 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 pull thump of a beautiful twin. But I've ridden the Cafe Racer, so I'm actually quite curious to see how much more comfortable this bike is really for that perfect Sunday ride.
Having more torque than power always kind of excites me. I feel like it's just something about like an engine that has more torque than power. It's just going to be fun to ride. Gorgeous carbon detail here as well.
Yeah, so carbon front fender, and then I really like the carbon rear chain guard as well.
So that was just an overview of both bikes, and we are going to be jumping on the bikes now. What are you riding first, Lara?
I'm taking the V4 first, obviously.
I'm going to be riding my first Norton ever, the Commando 961, thumpy power twin, as you call it.
Amazing.
More torque than power. Let's rock and roll. So just getting some fuel, and we are going to set off. Lara, you ready? You're still eating?
Can't go to eat.
Nice.
All right.
Perfect. Ready to rock and roll on the Nortons with Lara. We've got the V4 SV and the Commando 961 SP. Lara, who's leading?
I'm leading. Oh, this is raw. Let's try and find the kickstand. I found the kickstand first time. Sorry.
been here before, it's lovely. A little bit of a debrief of the V4 SV. You looked like you had owned that bike for years. You gelled with it so quickly.
Honestly, Ruby, it took me straight back to a time when I had the opportunity to ride a Ducati 1198.
Yeah.
Super bike geometry.
Yeah.
It's actually less aggressive than I thought it would be. Ridden the Panigale V4.
Yeah.
And it felt almost impossible on the road, okay? I struggled with it. But when I sat on the Norton V4,
Yeah.
firstly, the throttle response, it wasn't obliterating. There was almost a little bit of progression and control of it to make it a more realistic road bike.
Yeah.
It wasn't ridiculous. Like, I know obviously I'm used to a fair bit of power, and you will be as well, so I'll be interested to see what you think when you go back on it. On one of the stretches, I went right back to the back of the throttle, which I wouldn't rarely done.
Yeah.
And it felt suspiciously powerful, impressive, strong, V4 rawness, but still not ridiculously scary.
Controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually really surprised at how pleasant the roll-on was.
On a few occasions, through the twisties, of course, I could see you kind of like changing your body positioning and really leaning into the corner. How did you find the handling? Oh, a 1200 V4 on the road can be, considered as a little bit much for the road. But how did it go?
Yeah, I can't deny it is a bit much for the road. Like, you could sit in first if you wanted to. But handling-wise, if you accept the fact that it can feel pretty brittle, it is. The carbon everywhere is great, but that means carbon fibre wheels, so increased stiffness. It's got a bespoke frame. It's beautifully aluminium polished. I think there must be some kind of forging 3-part swing arm going on there. It is a stiff bike.
Carbon wheels, I know they improve handling and tipping into corners. Obviously, it's lighter.
They're just stiffer.
But they're stiffer, so there's
100%.
There's
no give.
flexibility.
No.
So that means that it's less friendly for the road.
Yeah.
So the carbon wheels are more beneficial for track.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, okay.
Because you
That's
don't
an
want to take it
interesting
over
point.
potholes. So I'm like going over potholes what happens now? So it's there's kind of unsprung rotational mass. So you want them to be lighter so it handles a bit better. But for the road, kind of irrelevant. You're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
And even when I was pulling out of the garage, people stopped we don't mind waiting for this actually. What does it sound like? What does it look like? It's got such phenomenal curb appeal. In fact, it's probably one of the although it's black, it's got one of the strongest curb appeals I've ever seen on a bike.
The contrast
Oozy,
of the carbon
stunning.
with the shiny aluminium
bosh,
frame and swing arm, that really does catch eyes, doesn't it? And also, it's interesting. It's got a slightly longer wheelbase
for speed
compared to your average Lita Supersport. So
Okay.
That can affect agility around corners, but you said that it was, I guess, with it being lightweight.
Like, let's be honest, we haven't thrashed them out on a racetrack. We've taken it around the back roads of Lincolnshire, so it's been hard to go, yes, the handling's incredible. Like, I'm not going to be able to tell. All I know is manageable. But
you look super comfortable around corners. That's one thing I noticed.
I am in a happy place there, but it's not actually that intimidating. But because I've spent a fair bit of time on sports bikes, if you're fresh to sports bikes, you'd be like,
a bit much.
Okay, yeah.
The V4, I could hear you
great.
quite far back as well. The front comes up easily, doesn't it?
It does, but I couldn't figure out how to turn the traction control off. And there's things not to do on a fresh bike, and that's one with barely running wheel, like a pretty fresh rubber.
Yes,
And I was like, it'd be nice.
Fresh engine.
fresh engine, and just being nice to it.
It's got like an auto flipper, quick shifter both ways. What's that like? Smooth?
Oh, really enjoyed the gear shifts.
Yeah.
So I've ridden bikes that feel more agricultural. It was a really solid snick up and down. So it felt far better than other Japanese bikes I've ridden actually. It's a push into gears. Relatively simple, like TFT screen, which we love to start up on.
Yes.
Rev reading was brake span. I like a shorter brake span, like lever span on the front brake. So I had to adjust that and to bring it in. And it's not really bedded in yet, brakes wise.
Really?
No, but these are fresh
I think
pads.
it's bedded in now the way you're braking before corners.
Thinking about what it would feel like on track, and it might get blown away by stuff with more sophisticated electronics package to being a track weapon. It's still got compromises because it's like a retro, classic-y, modern kind of race TT vision. You'd struggle to kind of get it to stand. I think you'd have to be really good to get it to perform well against other really good peers in its market.
I know what you mean.
But they don't have that Norton factor.
Exactly. I think the exclusivity, the sound, the limited numbers of bikes that
Very limited.
The carbon, the attention to detail, and as you said, the racing heritage with it and TT and all that kind of stuff. I mean, even non-bikers recognise of Norton. You don't get that with mass-produced Japanese bikes. Even on the Commando, that really surprised
what do you think?
me. I think honestly, like I was saying to you at the petrol station, enjoying it more than I thought.
So when you start it up, the V4 is actually, compared to the Commando, I think the Commando sounds better.
Really?
Yeah, because it's got 2 pipes sticking out the back of it. It's a 961, so I would
Bubbles,
assume
yeah.
like a almost litre displacement there.
Yeah.
And you do have this a relatively thunderous, punchy twin that's
Yes.
sat up to you, but it's quite progressive. You
And
just
even
you
when
can
you
go
let
blah,
go
blah,
of the
blah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. I like that impression.
Yeah.
But even when you let go of the throttle, it burbles.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
lovely.
everyone.
The suspension, I'd say, is a little bit like set up quite soft for the road.
Really?
Yeah.
So I found the Cafe Racer too stiff, but you're
the
not riding the Cafe Racer, you're riding
Yeah,
the
the SP.
SP.
Yes,
So
yeah.
that's good that they've softened it a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely soft. Maybe I'm used to slightly stiffer suspension, but I guess for the road it's perfect for that. I was I was trying to keep up with you as much as possible. It's if you're in the right gear, you know, it
all there.
goes.
Got a rev counter and a speedo, and that's about
Yes,
it, isn't
yeah,
it? There's
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like
No, there's nothing.
Yeah, where you at? Yeah.
That's nothing. But it is a modern classic. You know, you don't want it too modern, I guess, if someone is looking for that kind of bike. The rear tyres
I
got a
need to
lot
check.
of contact patch. It felt nice around corners
Yeah,
that you got a nice big tyre. One thing that I liked as well is that, you know, on a couple of straights, I wasn't struggling with the wind at all. I
No.
found it quite nice on those straights.
Because with the Nortons, the V4 is like, send it, baby.
Send it, baby.
The Commando is like just this perfect, lazy Sunday ride, you know,
Yes, yeah.
and it just chugs away and you just
Yeah.
enjoy the scenery and then be in the environment a bit more than V4, which is like, where are you going? Why are you
Yeah.
taking so long to get there?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to riding the SV because, yeah, it's my kind of bike, I think. You know.
It'd be really interesting to see what you think versus your kind of arguably very sports bike
Yeah.
focus. So the H2, what else? You've got the Fireblade as well.
No, HP4 and
Yeah,
and
of course.
RC4. Yeah, I sold the Fireblade, yeah. I'm really excited. Should we jump back on the bikes?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Oh, the cake.
I have to eat it, it's a little bit more.
How do you fit on it? Can we have a look?
I fit on it well good. She wide.
Excited for this. Let's go.
They're just demos. We're doing some recording, but they're from Judd Racing in Nottingham.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought it said Norton. I came up and thought,
Yeah.
I didn't think Norton was still making. I thought they got off it and they stopped doing them. But
They did for a bit, but then they got bought out by an Indian company. Actually.
oh, did they?
TBS.
Yeah. Oh right. That's gorgeous. Really nice.
That's 45k that one. Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
Judd Racing. I rode the V4
You
SV
did.
and you rode the
Commando.
Commando 961. Well, what are your thoughts?
Chugga, 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 chuff, 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 chugga, 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 chugga.
I was trying to keep up with you. You were really just working that engine, weren't you, and the gearbox?
Initially sitting on it, it felt
Yeah.
long. It felt like I was stretched over the tank, which you think would be odd. It's just like, it's almost like a lean into the handlebars. And then you basically, it doesn't really matter what gear you're in. I think once you're in like, I don't know, 3rd to 6, it's kind of the same. It's just chugga, chugga, chugga.
Chugga, chugga.
Somehow insensitive.
Yeah.
It's almost like the throttle response is quite ignorant. Sometimes I just want, where the V4's like, bwop, but not mad. As you'd expect from a big displacement twin, it's just chuff, chuff, chuff. And I kind of, I felt like I kind of wanted more, but actually I didn't, because it's a Commando, it's a 961, it's there for a beautiful Sunday idyllic ride on your Norton.
You really summed it up well there, and I think, as you said, you know, with the, say, for example, the throttle is, we used to fly by wire, and it's a cable throttle, and there's that kind of like delay, but this is the kind of bike that is, as you said, it's a Sunday cruise. And what about like handling around corners, suspension, everything like that, compared to the CAF racer that you tested?
I don't know, I bottomed out suspension once or twice. It's not meant to be, it's just not meant to be thrashed. Why would you? That's not what it's for. Roll on, roll off, just enjoy the roads. It needs a nice long sweeping curvy S-benzo, really.
It picks
Doesn't
up
like-
nicely in the right gear as well.
Anyway,
Yeah, and in comparison to the CAF racer, like, what would your preference be?
This
The
one,
SP or the...
I don't know, the Cafe Racer look is a lot cleaner. I like how neat it is with the clip-ons.
Sharper.
But for comfort, for more comfort,
This
I've
one.
had this
What about
one.
suspension? Did you find it was a bit stiffer on the...
Much stiffer.
Much stiffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the V4. I've ridden loads of V4s, and as I was saying to you earlier, this is distinctive. It's distinctive.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
the
absolutely.
sound, the feel. The suspension is set up hard. I think this would be an absolute track demon. You know,
I kind of with yes and no. So I think yes, it belongs on a track day.
Yeah.
If you're going to spend just shy of 45 grand on it, if you have a boo-boo, you're happy just to give it some fresh fairings, and that's okay. It would be brilliant.
because it's a 1200 V4.
You'd have to work it though.
But it doesn't bite your head off.
No,
It doesn't
it's
bite
not
your head off,
ridiculous.
but it's quick enough. It's more than quick enough. Like, it's insanely fast, but it doesn't bite your head off. It's kind of more usable than your
I'd
average
like to take it to Silverstone, please. But at least a big open circuit.
Donny?
Yes, Donny would be good.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
But I don't know, I think it's I just like to take a Silverstone. Just stretch its legs and then you've got loads of space. So you can ride the Norton instead of fighting the track.
So-
Please, Norton, can I take it to Silverstone, please?
Out of these two, which would you...
V4.
What,
You don't
the
need to
V4?
ask.
Literally left the car park.
Yeah, I was like, right, I'm back
It's-
into like
it's
sports
mine.
bike mode, and I
Yeah.
haven't ridden a sports bike for a while, and yes, yeah, that one.
I'd like to try the Cafe Racer. Maybe I'd enjoy that a bit more than the SB. We should come back and ride more bikes out
Yes,
of
please.
Judd's. What do you think?
Yeah.
What would you take out of Judd's?
Oh, I want to get back on the Norton 901 again. I definitely want to get on a Super Duke.
1390?
Yes,
Yeah.
biggest, fattest thing they've got. We want to do explore more of the two-stroke world. So I'd quite like a cheeky little two-stroke gas as well.
What about Husqvarna 701? You can ride the SDR and then I can get on the Husqvarna. I think that could be a next video.
They're wicked. They're
Yeah.
absolutely wicked.
We'll try and manage it here.
Yeah,
at Judd's.
deal.
Shut. But exhaust system here, which I don't know the name of actually. Being a 200 brake horsepower. Brake horsepower.
Don't record this. Yeah, I keep flooding it.
You broke it.
I haven't broken it, it's just flooded.
It's filming. I don't get. Is your microphone on? But
Yeah.
it is, yeah. Perfect.